What's happening, party people? Happy Winning Wednesday. This is your daily morning motivational message because every single day, motivation's like taking that bath, brushing your teeth, your personal hygiene. You got to take care of your mind. If you feed good things in your mind, you have a higher probability of more good things coming out. Very simple. Now, we have to understand something. We can't control what comes into the mind. We can't control what we focus on. We can control what we choose to develop from our mind. But it's where we're inundated every day to lower vibrational frequency. We're inundated with noise and distraction. We're inundated with information that we have absolutely no control over, and situations and events that we have no control over. And if we give over to that, if we allow ourselves to get sucked into the vortex of trash, it can take us in a toilet bowl flush. It can take us down a negative path. So I want to talk to you this morning on this Winning Wednesday about leadership. Leadership is one of the most important components of any level of success that you're wanting to produce and create in your life. And when you understand the impact that you can have first and foremost on yourself and then others, it can really change the game for you. So one of the things that we espouse in our business is a holistic process. So when we are working with individuals, we start first and foremost with their environment. Is your environment conducive to growth? Is it conducive to better health? Is it conducive to consistent fitness and discipline? Is it conducive to you constantly never ending improving in your life? Books, audios, messaging, the things that you're putting up in terms of the images in your home, so that you don't just have you've heard of dream boards, but you have a dream environment where you're constantly being fed and you're bouncing off of the imagery of your impending success. And so a lot of that is you being very intentional with how you structure your environment. A lot of what we do in our business is we're looking at the things in your environment that are causing you harm, that are creating toxicity, that are literally physically affecting your health, and how to change those things and how to put more things in that are really good for you and taking things out that are not good for you. Another part of our process is developing your confidence, your ability to convey and communicate in a way that is not only with strong conviction, but you're doing so with courage. You're doing so with the vision that you have cast for yourself and the success in your life. So we do a lot of work with our partners in improving their communication. You know, my mentor, Mr. Brown, always told me, once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. And because I'm a specialist in communication, I'm a specialist in helping people to cultivate how they communicate, their presentations, their communication style, their self-explanatory style. All those things are connected. We lend those skills to others and coaching them up so that they can be better communicators in every facet of their life, not just in their business, but also in their home life, with their relationships, etc. Another part of it is daily disciplines reaping multiple rewards. So we are huge in espousing the principles of what am I doing today that will compound over time and give me a tremendous return. And what's the ROI, return on investment? We are absolutely passionate about you investing in yourself. Education costs, but it pays for itself when you understand how to leverage it to open up doors and to gain access and to build relationships that can create more impact that you want to do. Example, when I was coming up, I was told, hey, listen, you need to go to graduate school. You need to get training. I was like, well, what's the best? Like who's the top dog? Like that was my first question. If I'm going to spend 3 years of my life in the trenches of grad school, I want to know what is the absolute best school in the country, because that's the only place I'm going to go. And I remember some of my so-called mentors were like, well, I don't know that you're going to be able to get in there, but you do need to go, you need to go to graduate school. And I immediately was like, okay, I know not to ever bring this topic up with that person again. It's not that they were ill intended. It's just that they have their own vision. See, if people can't see something for themselves, they usually cannot see it for you. So even though I was talking to people that had more life experience than I did, they didn't have success experience that I was aspiring to. So they couldn't, they were not capable of seeing that vision, even though I was very clear. So I remember saying to myself, I'm going to go to the very best school in the country for what I need to get trained in. And even though I knew there was probably, 15 to 1700 people applying, and there was only going to be one spot for, for those so for every 1700 that were going to apply, only 15 to 17 were going to get accepted. So I understood that. I also understood that my odds were even longer because they only accepted, I think at that time, two males of color in each class. So it was even longer odds, right? But I don't ever play the odds. I play the man. And I understood that if I was going to get where I wanted to go, I had to have first of all, a clear, concise mental picture. I had to understand the power of leveraging what I could learn, my effort, my work, my preparation. I had 100% control over all those things, and no one was going to out effort or outwork me. And I was absolutely convicted with courage in my ability to communicate what I was going to bring to the table, how I could impact the program, etc. So yes, I got accepted. I got accepted into every grad school program. I applied to the top two graduate school programs in the country, got accepted into both, and then I got a full ride offer to one of those top two schools, and I also got a full ride offer to something that was in my home state of Ohio at that time. So I ended up going to the best school in the country, long story short. And what I did was I leveraged, and I do it to this day, I leveraged that experience. I leveraged that master's degree from an Ivy League, and I still leverage it to this day to open up doors and build and cultivate relationships because I understood that I was doing something exceptional. I was doing something that most people would never do. And now I position myself to be of better service to my community, to my working relationships, to my partners, etc. So I share that with you to say, one of the things that we emphasize in our community that we're building and cultivating is not only the tenets and principles of leadership, but the power of synergy. See, none of us is as strong as all of us. And my passion, my sweet spot, what I am most driven by is cultivating and building people up, getting the best out of them, loving them up, encouraging them up, challenging them up, building and developing a strong foundation of character, integrity, how you show up. Do you do what you say and say what you do? Keeping the least of these ever at the forefront of our mind. What are we doing for those who can't do for themselves? How are we standing up for those who can't stand up for themselves? How are we speaking up for those who can't speak for themselves? So we have a very holistic process in our business where we're talking about and cultivating a lifestyle of fitness, wellness, solid financial stewardship, excellent service, over delivering, under promising, over delivering, and bringing far more value at all times than what we're getting in exchange in terms of compensation. And then with the compensation, giving people an opportunity to create the freedom that they want. When I say freedom, I mean having more income and cash flow every month coming in that you could possibly spend. So leadership is at the center of that. I wanted to give you a quick insight into what my core philosophy is around it, how I love to build and develop a community, because maybe some of you are watching this and that's something that you don't have. Maybe in your current situation, you have limitations on what you can do cash flow wise. Maybe in your current situation, you're not encouraged to constantly and never ending improve your mind. You're not encouraged to read books every month. You're not encouraged to keep learning and developing and cultivating and sharpening your skills. You're not encouraged to be independent, how to create financial independence for yourself and your family. Maybe in your job, you're not encouraged to be physically fit. You're not encouraged to be supremely healthy. You're not encouraged to understand the mindfulness of what you're putting into your body. Most people don't even know their blood type. And if you don't know your blood type, how the hell are you going to know what to eat, what not to eat? They don't even understand there's a connection between that. So we're serving at a much higher level. And if you choose to be a part of our community, if you want to learn more about our community, send me a direct message. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, at Ed Blunt. And we can have that conversation, because maybe you've been sleeping on yourself. Maybe you're leaving some money on the table. Maybe you could be better in terms of your fitness. Maybe you could be better in terms of your health and your well-being. Maybe you're just wanting to be a part of a community where you feel wanted, you feel appreciated, you feel that you have an opportunity to lift yourself up and to level up, because our community creates accountability. So I would love to have a conversation with you and see if there's a fit here. I appreciate you tuning in on our daily morning motivational message. Happy Winning Wednesday. If you got some value out of this, please like and subscribe, and go ahead and share this, because it's a blessing to be a blessing. Let's go.